Sabotage, this is Jeff.
This is David.
Hi, David.
Hi, Jeff.
Let's play Monster Hunter.
Let's play Monster.
We're going to be using a lance for this one.
I was about to say, where is your character? I can't see it behind.
She's still there.
Okay. Well, you got
We're making a bear-off lance,
right?
Carapace lance. It will eventually lead into the type that I want to end with, which is a paralyzing lance. I really like paralyzing lance.
Yes.
So we'll upgrade it a little bit. I am a big fan of the lance. The lance is a great offensively defensive weapon. So you can get parries, you can get like full counters, you can use a shield, you can do a full guard that blocks everything.
You can
do a charge attack
where you knock over the person you're playing with. Yeah.
Yes, it's great. You can do a jumping attack from neutral. Well, I mean, you can do it from a jump, but you can do it from the ground. Not a lot of weapons have ground jumps. It's basically the insect glaive and the sword and shield, and I suppose any other weapon with an upswing and a understanding co-op partner.
Yeah.
That will also work.
Yeah. So I see you had to craft some things.
I'm making some stuff.
Yeah.
Got some traps.
Yeah.
Okay. Just nice. I'll take them with. Make sure to put them on the shortcut menu.
Right. So I have the traps on the shortcut menu. I still don't use the shortcut menu.
There's a lot of going through the items when I'm looking at your footage.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know what? Yes. It's not the
shortcut
most.
menus are so much better.
You're not wrong.
Requires a little bit of practice.
You're not wrong. I don't think about it.
There is a risk of like fat fingering your way into the wrong thing.
Like, I just don't think about it, you know. Like, I have memorized the shortcuts for, making more stuff and for mega potions, but everything else, I'm just like, I'll just, you know what? I have to run after it anyway. Just tick, 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 tick. It's like, I'm used to having to do that from Dark Souls, so whatever. But here we are talking to the chief botanist.
We've gotten the first of the tutorial is mentioning it, but specialized tools, a new thing for Monster Hunter World.
Our next assignment is to hunt Toby
which
Kadachi.
is a
we should be able to find
equipment type, so we can equip them to our loadouts now. It is a rechargeable special item.
Yes.
So you'll use it, it'll be effective for a certain amount of time or under a certain condition, and then it will recharge, and then once recharged, you can use it again. Usually recharges in like a few minutes. And there's, armor skill to make it go faster. Ghillie Mantle will make you invisible to everything, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Which is good.
Yeah.
It's important to put this on your gathering set, so if you run into, I don't know, some rare endemic life that instantly runs away when it sees you, just pop on that Ghillie Mantle, walk right up to it, and capture it.
Mm-hmm. It also makes the worst side quest in the game way easier.
Mm-hmm.
So much
easier. It sure
easier.
does. Again, it makes you literally invisible to the monsters. Not literally invisible, but to the monsters.
Right. They just can't see you. They just can't see you in your weird green poncho.
Yep. You blend right in.
Even in, like, blue crystal caves, your weird green poncho, you just blend in.
Before we fight the Anjanath, which is the next major opponent, we have to go do an errand for the botanist. Now, this is very important because we want that garden slash farm.
We need that farm
tree thing, and we have to go stab an electric boy in order to have that happen.
Yes, because
in order to use one of your
for some odd reason the bzz makes the tree grow better, and that's what we need.
They're used just like any regular item, but their effects only last for a limited amount of time. If the tool you're using stops working, don't worry. It'll recharge after a while.
Yes.
I just said that.
I like how your
it's like
poncho
she's not even listening.
has to recharge.
Yes, the poncho has to recharge.
It's like even one of the ones you get where it's just like, oh yeah, it lets you like glide. Sweet, awesome. It has to recharge now. What?
The gliding function doesn't work at the moment.
Yeah. It's just like, but I just flap it out.
The fabric is very tired.
Your fabric needs to rest. You've retooled your hunting set?
Yep, a little bit. Include the ghillie mantle. Let's throw it in there since it's a new, like I said, a new type of equipment, so it'll have its own slot. Some footprints. Wonder what it could be. Considering it's they just told us that's what we're going after, and it says right in the corner.
Hunt a... Yep. Yes, it does. Well, now, this is like all the other cutscenes at the beginning of the game. I have to wait for you to see the cutscene, and then...
the intro to the monster.
And then I can join.
This is a holdover from older Monster Hunter. Having played or playing a lot of Generations Ultimate, where there is a strict separation between single player and multiplayer.
Right.
Quest types. The single player quests, on the first time you see a monster, it will always be in the same spot, and it'll give you like the little classy little cutscene where it just kind of roars or rolls around or does a thing, and then freeze frame tells you what the name of it is. Which still happens here, except for some reason I guess they decided that the part before you get to the monster, where you have to be alone, have to.
It's so important for the storyline to build up that character.
I am so encouraged by the amount of BS that was cut out of this game that I eagerly await the next one. But it can only get better.
But I've heard that Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate is like really the true Monster Hunter game.
We don't look. We don't need to talk about. I don't need to crap on other people's enjoyment, especially since I am also playing that game.
Right, you're
all the
playing
time.
It a lot.
So
yes.
I get it, but it is dense. It is dense in lots of ways. Dense with content, very true. Dense with systems, very true. Dense with bull. Yes, very.
Yes, very, very much.
Very yes.
Yes.
Now we can use the SOS and run away.
Yeah, you can run away so that I can join.
So I can wait for you to join.
Yep.
I can use this opportunity to just grab a few items around the area.
And I believe this is where I start shooting you a lot more with the piercing ammo before I realize, oh, that knocks you around. Oops.
It does knock around a little bit. It's not as bad with a lance, since I should be using the shield frequently. Ooh, Ivy. Yeah. I'm going to try and make it up to the one of the extra camps here in the forest. There's like a northwestern camp and there's a northeastern camp.
And
this
then
northeastern one, or it's like the ancient forest camp. Canopy or something like that. Is really the best one because it is surrounded by tons and tons of great like gathering spots.
Right.
Lots and lots of thunder bugs and god bugs and flash bugs
and honey and pone and
exactly. And it's very easy to access the Rathalos nest, as well as you can jump down to all kinds of different areas. I mean, you just fast travel to where you need to go, but as you can see, tons of bugs and stuff.
Right. Now, I believe you can, like in the process of doing the Grimalkine quest, you pass through it anyway, but
exactly,
no harm in getting it now.
Yeah, we threw out an expedition, and we'll eventually do the expedition so we can follow the cats. They all lead you through, or the particular Grimalkine tribe will lead you through the upper, branches here.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good little double god bug combo.
Shoot both ways, your double god bug.
Shoot both ways, the double god bug. That's dumb. You're dumb.
Yeah, I am. You're right.
All right, I've got the thing. I've done it. It's a mandragora.
Yeah.
I forget that's what the mandragora's for. The god bugs can be used to make powders. Powders are how you affect your teammates with buffs.
Mm-hmm.
You can have demon powder, which buffs everyone's strength, attack damage.
Mm-hmm.
Armor powders for defense buffs, and then also life powder, which is like a heal for everyone that's in the area. which is good before you get wide range, which is amazing in this game, and awful in Generations Ultimate. I'm not going to talk about Monster Hunter World for a second. I spent like 3 hours grinding out a wide range set because I was like, you know what? I want to do support. I want wide range. I want to be, go help some people. And wide range in the old games, you have to basically, the entire set has to be built around it, and then it only gives you 50% of the effect of a normal potion. It's like, oh, cool.
That's
how
bad.
useful.
That's bad.
If you are playing Generations Ultimate, the answer is to use the Prowler, because the kitties are much better at doing support. Just use that true health roll.
Yeah.
I was having much more fun doing that support stage.
Yeah.
Let's lance this electric dog cat
Thing.
lizard thing.
Yeah, so I'm currently using a weapon made from
and
the
it's-
Tobakadachi's own skin, and my
It's
kitty
taking
put
a
him
little-
to sleep.
Let's take a little nap. Now, you had a good plan. The plan was explode it.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll insert a slide whistle. Unfortunately, the explosion didn't wake him up. It was the tiny hit of the shell, which is kind of hilarious that that's how it happened.
Right. So
But it basically did no damage.
I mean, the explosions did plenty of damage, but you're
Yes,
right.
the explosion still did damage, but when a monster's asleep, you get double damage on the very first attack.
Right.
And it did, like, what, 2 damage instead of 1?
Yeah. So I will say, I
Even
started
better.
this fight off with the sniper shot, but the sniper shot, sometimes you're like, oh yeah, I've got a clear point here.
Let's get that power guard. Yeah.
Nice.
I love doing power guard.
So,
So good.
so I had a clear shot, and then the game was just like, no, you're aimed slightly into some terrain, so your shot misses. It's like, thank you, game.
Yep. And do a little bit of a lance charge here.
Ooh.
When you do a lance charge, you can do a jump, and you can actually you can do a lance thrust out of the jump in any direction, which is crazy. So you can like run next to a monster if you don't want to, like, I don't know, play get chicken with them, and then
Right.
just do a lateral stab.
Be careful.
I've been thunder blighted.
You've been-
I do not have. Now it looks like I was going to use trank bombs because that's where normally I have nullberries, but I don't have nullberries yet, so maybe I'll add them in later.
Right.
I will just bzzzt for a little while.
And here I'm just reloading all of my ammo. Oh, hi, Jagras. What's up?
Just wondering by, hey guys,
Hi.
you wanna hang out? No. I got a thing. I can't.
I already have all the Jagras stuff I need.
I RSVP'd for a thing that you can't come to.
I've rescheduled it twice. I can't
Yeah,
reschedule
can't
it.
reschedule it a third time. No, it would be very awkward. But yes. But how are you?
Yeah. You seem to be doing great. How's your health insurance? There you go.
Stab.
That's a good hit.
All right, I'm gonna get that mounting damage. I'll get a mount. I want to do some Ninja Gaiden stuff. There it is.
Yeah. Also, my sniper shot did actually take that time.
Very good.
And now I'm just waiting for you to knock him over. I'm also shooting his tail.
hits. So when you're using the lance, you can do counters where you put the shield down and you glow. And if you get hit during the counter, you do a counter attack, which is like full damage. But you can also do a counter thrust from the power guard.
Also, sorry about this.
And there's that explosion. So that's the power guard, where you
Right.
put the shield down and it drains your stamina extremely fast. But if you get hit, any attack that you take will not actually drain your stamina anymore. So as soon as you take damage, your stamina loss stops.
Right.
So you're
Okay.
trying to time it to, get into an attack. Right. Trying to get some attacks in just the middle of this melee.
Also, I'm pretty sure I shot the Toby Kadachi out of the air with that one.
It's very good. Stupid Jagras!
Was that the Jagras or was that me?
I think it was kicking you right. It's very satisfying to do the lance is very mobile. It's a lot more mobile than you might think, especially since if you're just holding the shield out, you actually don't move that very fast at all. Ninja Gaiden! Reenacting the opening to the first Ninja Gaiden game. Yes, just thought it would It was successful, kind of. It wasn't not successful. I'll put it that way.
There you go.
So when you're doing lance pokes, you can do advancing guards, which is another special feature of the lance. Where if you do like forward and Y, when you do a attack into, like, you can do it left or right, you can do it forward, and it's considered a guard the whole time you're doing it. So you can block at the same time as moving forward. So you're considered to be shielded the whole time, which is great.
It is
I need to sharpen my weapon now.
Yeah.
It's still got very bad sharpness.
Yeah, the early weapons really
Get
do.
the shield out. So you can actually use the shield to parry roars, because they're considered an attack.
Right, yes. You did that earlier, I think.
I did do it earlier, so at least I got to show it a little bit. So there's a tiny bit of confidence.
Yep. And that brief pause was because one of my cats was screaming at me. Anyway.
The real life ones.
Yes. Yeah. The Monster Hunter is a game you cannot pause. And one of my kitties, who never wants me to hold her or pet her ever, has decided when I am playing Monster Hunter specifically is when she very much needs my attention. Also, this was the invisible poop.
There is some poop here. There's definitely poop. On the left, it shows you items that you can see or that the scoutflies have seen. So I know for a fact there's poop here, and I want that poop. Those dung pods are very important. Not right now, but you gotta start. You gotta stockpile the poop.
Right, and I found it. It's invisible poop right there.
Right there. I assume they just spawned underground, or maybe you just forgot to load the poop model. All right.
Yeah.
Everyone's got poop.
Yep.
We're good to go. We can continue the hunt now. So it goes. We got some scatternut. Red pit is bad, but it makes it so you can get scatternut, which is good.
Yeah. The guaranteed stagger.
I know he wants to do it roar. There it is.
There it is. Yes.
Also, he can't see me. Who's stabbing me? Still doesn't know who's stabbing him.
Right. I think I shot him with the sniper shot and just didn't do very well. Oh, you vaporized that bug.
Yeah, that poor. Let's see. That's a different thing.
Best Boyd.
Yeah, Best Boyd. That's the one. Hey, that's a good time to get a paralysis proc.
Yeah. Yeah, this is me shotgunning his tail.
I'm being mean to the face. This guy is he's just being hurt from all directions, and now he's limping.
Yep.
And he's gonna try and run away. But I've got scatternut, and you've got a trap. I was like, all right, I'll just lock him down with the scatternut until you can get the trap out. Like I said, scatternut is guaranteed.
Yep. And that caught him. Didn't expect it to.
You did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it. We got ourselves a electric cat dog lizard
thing. Let's call it an electric lizard ferret.
Okay. Yeah, I guess it's more ferret-like.
Well, it's kind of flying squirrel based off of its little skin flap thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an electric flying squirrel. Lizard. Boy.
It's considered a fanged wyvern.
Right, yes. Anything that's jaguarsy is a fanged wyvern.
Mm-hmm. It's a little bit more intimidating than a jaguars.
A tiny bit, yeah.
A little bit more.
While I was still getting my heavy bowgun feat, it maybe killed me twice.
Yes. Fighting the Toby Kadachi the first time is rather difficult because he has a lot of... He's very quick, and he likes to do sort of flying somersaults and like a 360 spin in place.
Right.
Especially after he's charged up his electric fur, and then you get blighted. Which I forget exactly what the electric blight does, but I probably have to look that up. But
right. When you have
something bad,
a certain skill later, it actually makes the electric blight not worth worrying about. So, I will say when I first fought him with the bow, like that's such a dodgy, get out of the way kind of weapon that I was actually fine. Every other weapon, though, when I'm trying to learn it, Toby Kadachi gets me at least once.
The botanist has planted an ancient tree.
And
so now we can actually use it.
Come see me.
Shh, field team leader. Shh. Important things are happening.
This is the important thing. Here it is.
little ancient tree.
Yeah.
Very own ancient tree.
Yeah, it's a little young, but soon it'll be an
Bigger
old
all the
ancient tree.
time.
So this is the actual farm,
Mhm.
the equivalent, anyways. We'll have little boxes, and then we can request particular items. We can put fertilizer in there, and every time a quest is completed, it will increment by 1.
Or you return from an expedition.
Yeah, or you return from an expedition. I think there's actually, I guess that would be the same. Anyways, we don't actually have a lot of things we can make right now, but we can make honey.
Mm-hmm.
And since mega potions are useful from the beginning of the game till the end,
Yep, just
we
go
can
ahead and do
use
that.
some more honey. The summoner jelly, you can see the little +2 there, means that you get base 2 honey every time a quest is done, and then the +2, you get
Let's
extra 2.
get the ladder.
So we'll get 4 per quest.
And you
The
can
summoner jelly only lasts 3 quests, but you can use 1 fertilizer in between each quest.
Hurry back
Mhm.
now.
So as long as you remember to do it, like, at the minimum every 3rd time. And it's a little bit more complicated when you have multiple types of things that you're trying to juggle the fertilizer for. But then there's also kinds of fertilizer which will double up. So right now we're just gonna get a lot of honey.
right. Also,
also
the fertilizer
the
you use when
buttons.
you double up on it, like it'll go. It was +2, well, it'll go up to +4, and it'll be like +6 is as high as it goes, right?
It goes to plus. Wait.
So you get
The
8.
highest it was 9. 9 is the amount, or is the highest amount that it will last for quests.
No, I'm talking about like you instead of getting 2 + 2, you get 2 +
Oh
4
yeah,
and 2
I
+
don't
6.
remember specifically, and I think it is different.
Also, Tobikadachi armor, it's fashionable and comfy looking.
I think I do prefer the male version just because I'm not too keen on the tiny hat.
The jaunty cap isn't your
The
thing.
jaunty cap, not really my thing. I think it works better with the Jaggy set, which is that's for other Monster Hunter games, but
Right.
I digress. Not a huge fan of that particular hat design. That's okay. You can always have different hats.
But let's
Now,
look at the kitty
That
version.
cat armor though.
Yeah. Let's see it. You're teasing. Come on, let's see it. Let's see it.
He's so comfy.
He's
just so
cute.
warm. He's just so cute and warm.
Did that make his tail fluffy too?
I don't know.
Oh. He looks so upset at being so comfortable. You made him the hat? Are you making him the set?
Look at this set. He's just so adorable.
Yeah. He just looks so comfortable.
It also seems like it'd be very uncomfortable with a lot of the locations we're in, like
Right.
swamps and deserts.
Yeah, but still.
But still,
Oh.
I do like that kitty armor. That's top tier.
Yes.
Adorable kitty armor.
Oh,
The Tobi Kadachi set, we're not really going to use any part of. But the Tobi Kadachi weapons are thunder elements,
They're real good.
which is really good. There is a lot of things in this game that is weak to thunder, especially a lot of the later monsters. Normally, if you don't know what element a thing is, it's probably safe to just do thunder or dragon, and then you'll probably be okay. This might have been some sort of reaction to maybe an over-reliance on fire in previous games, or just in the RPG genre in general, where it's like, just use fire, just burn it, you'll probably be fine.
Fire's
For the
probably
most part.
okay.
Yeah, for the most part, that just goes back to like Final Fantasy 1 days of, well, Final Fantasy 1 meaning Dungeons and Dragons of, well, just burn the undead with fire and you'll be okay.
Right. Dungeons
Lots
and
of things are
Dragons,
weak.
where like an error in assembly code didn't mean that some of the elements just straight up didn't work.
You could just have a GM fix that particular
Right.
issue.
build the camp here.
Good time.
It's a good time to eat. So
Next time.
Oh, next time, yes.
I'll do the next time. A little tease. Next time we will be fighting an Anjanath. As a T-Rex that breathes fire and does a lot of damage.
And has wings and fur.
It's tiny little wings. I think it's actually not wings, it's sails, which are used for cooling, but
Oh yeah, sorry. It has heat sinks on its back.
it has heat sinks. This is true.
Right. Well, if you've enjoyed this and the other stuff, unless, am I going to be able to do the?
We'll see.
All right, you do the plug.
No, it's fine. I'll start up now. Do the plug. Other things to record.
All right, so if you've liked this, good lord, whew, if you like this video and the other stuff that we've made, feel free to go to our Patreon where you can pledge to give us so much money per month. If you can't do that, feel free to go to PayPal where you can do one-time tips. And if you can't do that, do the like, comment, subscribe thing and tell people about our videos.
Monster Hunter. There, I did the normal ending that time.
Shoot both ways with my double god bug.
Stop talking. Shush. No one knows that stupid video.
You're right.
It is great, though. It is great.
It is great.
It is also satire.
Yes.
Important to know.
He's not being serious. No.